Anyway, they lived behind our property, and my dad's property. And when my sister and I used to go there and picked up persimmons, the native persimmons. But you had to watch the cattle. We had to go through the cattle pen. If the cattle were in there, we had to go around.
Yeah.
And go back to where the trees were and pick.
Especially if there was a bull.
Yeah. A lot of times that was. They had cattle, and the cattle run loose. And there were cattle drives from out south in Hitchcock, down Fairwood Road, off the Bowtray Road, and I don't know where they went, back to another pasture back there.
Oh, yeah.
So this is like the 1920s, 30s, and that?
I was a little girl.
1920s.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
say.
But they had cattle drives, I remember them.
Mary Ann Shanzer said
So
she
maybe-
remembers them coming right
Yeah,
through
so
town.
come through here.
Because they had loading pins over here to load them on
Yeah.
the train.
They had a dipping back.
When did they stop and why did they stop?
Because they just quit raising cattle around here.
So like into the
Probably,
40s
yeah,
probably.
yeah.
We had to help drive some of our cattle up here from where we lived, up
All the
here,
way.
over to the dipping back, because they had, what did they have?
They had to dip them in there for
Ticks.
for
Sticks or something.
insects, you know, get them
Oh,
so they didn't
Yeah.
carry them.
And that's a
somewhere.
long way.
Yeah.
where was the
that is.
dipping vat?
Right down
Here
here.
on,
Neville and
2004.
Oh, my goodness.
across the
Yeah.
little gully there.
Cross Cow Gully, there were, I don't know whether Highway 6 was there or not, you went down
That's
Neville.
what she was trying to think of last night.
Mr. Hinkle told us that Highway 6 was
By the
put
railroad
there
track.
1936.
in 1936, out there where it is now, but before that it was,
The ice house.
yeah,
Remember the ice house?
yeah. We have
They would deliver ice.
Did they?
Who was your iceman?
Mike, somebody from Santa Fe. I was trying to think of it this morning.
Davis?
I don't know.
David?
I bet it was his
I
name.
bet it was a Davis.
Could be.
Huh.
It just makes
It
me
wasn't
so-
Buzzard?
Oh,
No.
Buzzard, when, I
Buzzard.
remember
We were-
Buzzard, yeah, yeah.
People shot at Buzzard.
Buzzard was ours.
Well, was it from this
Yeah,
ice
she
house
got
that we had here?
The what?
The ice come from this ice house in Hitchcock? I guess it did, because they had it here for way back from when they had the packing houses.
Yeah, they had,
Uh-huh.
because they packed them in ice,
Yeah.
in barrels.
Yeah, we have that pretty well established. What else did you do in school?
In school,
You don't want to remember?
well, they had the seventh, as far as the 7th grade when I went to school.
Yeah, okay.
And then the next year, they decided to add the 8th grade. So I caught up with my sister, she failed one year, and so
Caught up with.
we went one more year.
Oh, okay, so.
And then from there, the children, some of them went to Lamar, and I went to Ball High
Oh,
one year, and fell in love and got married.
Uh-oh.
How old were you? How old were you?
16.
So,
Tell us about
where
your
did
husband.
you meet, babe?
Yeah, where did you meet?
In school? No, what
No,
school?
he didn't go to school.
He didn't go to school.
No.
Then he'd been sowing his oats then.
He was an
Oh,
older
Lon and
man?
Wooly, he went with the dance teacher,
Oh.
Elvis Smart.
So he was an older man?
Yeah,
Did
How
you?
old was Betty?
12 years older than me.
Oh, yeah. He was an older man.
Yeah. I can tell you all about the property owners rented rooms and houses to families of soldiers that were stationed in Camp Wallace.
Yeah.
And there was one on, Delanares had, they rented chicken houses.
Yeah, I heard that. I've
It
heard
was
that
true,
before.
they did, they rented, uh-huh.
I think I
They,
heard
and they weren't,
Fixed them up.
they weren't huge, but they were enough for somebody to live in, for the families of the
Yeah.
soldiers.
Did they have bathrooms?
I don't
No,
know.
I'm sure, I bet they had outhouses, I'm sure.
Because we didn't have a bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so probably,
Yeah, back in the forties.
yeah. Yeah, well, I think Miss Latimer said they rented, the house across, some house by them out to soldiers. We
Yeah,
have
and-
pictures of that.
People rented rooms.
Uh-huh. I think her
Yeah.
mother did.
Houses,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
Heckendorf's rented.
Yeah.
Rooms to the
Well, you know, my
guy was a
daddy
drunkard.
rented his pasture out for trailers. People that came here to build the Camp Wallace.
Oh, yeah.
He put a shell road in there and he rented spots for them to park their trailers. And yeah, they met people from up north came down to work.
Do you have a picture of that?
No, I don't have a
Oh,
picture.
look
I
at those
wish I
trailers,
did.
be something
Yeah.
to look at.
Yeah.
you know.
Well, when we lived on Shiro, and they were building the Blimp Base,
Mm.
here comes this guy. He was getting near close to 5 o'clock, and he knocks on the door, and he was hungry, and he wanted something to eat, and I was cooking, so I gave him, got a piece of meat, you know, slice of potatoes, and, you know, just a young kid cooking. And I put it between bread and went out, unhooked it. I had the front door latched in the hall, opened the door, and I was scared to hand it to him. And he was, looked terrible. He was real skinny. I felt so sorry for him. I was scared he was going to grab me. He didn't grab me. I gave him the food, and he thanked me. He was starving, poor fellow.
Was this during the
Somebody-
When they building,
When they were
Camp
building.
Wallace, the Blimp Base, no,
Oh,
Blimp Base.
Mhm.
The building, you see, he came from Shiro, back that way.
But you'd never seen
Hannah's way this way.
Mhm.
You've never seen him before?
No,
Was he working out there, you think? or-
I guess he was looking for a job.
Oh, okay, he came looking for a
Probably
job.
didn't find one, I
Mhm.
guess, I don't know, anyway, he was
Mhm.
hungry for it.
Mhm. Yeah. We used to have, when I was a little kid, we used to have hobos,
Came to the door.
come and they camped out under the fridge, the bio fridge, and then,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they would go to people's store. I don't remember if we ever had them come, but I'm sure Mama gave them stuff. They weren't,
And people
Anybody-
weren't afraid
no,
of them
they
then,
weren't
but
afraid of
nowadays,
them.
mercy
You wouldn't do
me.
that.
yeah, no.
No.
I'm scared to
But I
answer
do
the door.
know, I can remember seeing, Mama'd get up in the morning and she'd say, y'all don't go down by the bio today, because she could see a little stream of smoke coming out from under the bridge. They had built a fire. There's a hobo under the bridge, so she didn't want us to go down there while they were there. But they all, there was just a common sight.
Who else was your neighbors?
My neighbors, way back then, the Masso family, they moved out there and they had a big garden next to us on that side.
And across the street from you?
Hog Miller, what was his name? We used to go there and buy a bushel or half a bushel of bones and scraps that he would bring home from the high-grade packing house in Galveston and feed to the hogs and whatever. I don't know if they cooked them or what they did, because he raised hogs. And his wife was the sweetest old lady. Really was a sweet lady. Yeah, and
Who else lived in that
then much
area?
later, there was a little rent house on the Hog Miller's property, a small rent house. And then this family moved from Kentucky. Bernie Carl was her name, and she's in some of the pictures that school pictures.
Mm.
And they were here for quite a while. And then they eventually ended up going back to Kentucky.
Mm.
Because things got so hard, times
Yeah.
got so hard, and they were getting, what do you call it? Help.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever they gave, what did they call it years ago?
Helping hands.
Welfare?
No.
No, they didn't.
Welfare,
They didn't
yes,
call-
I don't know what it was, I can't remember what they called it.
I didn't know they had
Public
it.
assistance.
Yeah.
During the Depression, were things
Yeah.
so bad around here, or were they not as bad as we see on, see?
Well, it was bad, and we thought it was bad, of course.
But you didn't have people out of their homes
No.
and out of their, or not, you know. Well, they might have been hungry, but I don't remember people talking about, you know, that it was so tough in this part of the country. Not like the big cities, I guess.
No, because you have to go.
Yeah.
You could always
Yeah, well,
you could
everybody
always
had
see
their-
in
yeah.
a big city.
And most of them built their houses and didn't have mortgages. so-
Yeah, yeah.
That's true.
And they didn't have rent and all that.
Mhm.
We had to help Mom can a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah. But you didn't waste anything.
In later years, the one across the street had a dairy,
Oh, yeah.
and what was his name?
I'm trying to think, oh, Dungeon. Uh-huh. And they had no children, just a man and his wife. And I forgot his wife's name. And they had dairy there. And then, I don't know how much later, it was the Meanings had a dairy
Yeah.
there.
Now, see, she was kin to me.
Mhm.
She was a DeRoot.
It's
Okay.
Meanings, yeah.
Across the street.
Adeline.
Adeline, yeah.
And then later, they bought a piece of property on, Boche.
Mhm.
And they had their dairy there.
Mhm.
And they would make chocolate milk. And I don't know what Babe was doing over there, but he was over there. And I think Henry and Boche was over there. I don't know about Louis. And they're passing around this quart of milk, I don't know, with chocolate milk. And he thought he was supposed to drink it all there. He was drinking. Drink that chocolate, drink it all milk. Yeah, they used to have dances up in the hayloft.
Yeah, there she is.
Where was the hayloft?
Where the dairy was, it Meanings on Boche.
Okay.
And Boche's lived across this way, and they lived on this side.
Mhm.
How often were the dances, like Saturday night or?
No, not every Saturday night. And
What
that's
kind-
where
what kind of
Willie
dancing?
Bloomberg and his wife used to come over there.
Oh, really?
But I don't think she danced, but he danced.
What kind of dancing did they do?
Well, they called it the broom dance, and they slammed the broom down, and you got to change partners.
Oh,
It's like a ballroom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever come to the dance hall in Hitchcock?
Yeah, Hinks Hall,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Where was Hinks Hall?
It was so
Okay, down from where the little post office I was telling you about, down that way.
Mhm.
And it was on that side of the road. And you had to go up the stairs
Yeah.
on this side, steep stairs. And it was bad for drunk people, anyway.
It was upstairs, well,
And the bank, Hitchcock,
on the bank.
the Hitchcock had a band.
Yeah.
The
I
bank.
got a picture of them in there.
They had a band, and the Boches was in it, Charlie, Louie, and Henry,
And wasn't,
and Mr. Meyer,
Yeah.
Harold Meyer's daddy.
who else?
Mr.
Mr.
Hinkle?
Hinkle? Was
Lawrence?
he in it, Lawrence then, or it might have been before? Uncle Walter and them were in the
Yeah.
band too.
Yeah.
Walter Tackard.
Well, there
We
was a
have-
bunch of them.
We have a picture
And a
in
big
there
band.
of a band, and it, yeah,
And so,
our orchestra,
I
that they
danced with
call,
Babe there,
did you?
but, we went to I was dating his brother,
Which one?
Which one?
Charlie. And we went to, it must have been a Labor Day picnic. It's been in September, Labor Day picnic. And we danced, and we was on the dance floor, the music stopped. And I don't know what Charlie did or where he was, and then Babe come over there, and when the band started again, he said, well, you want to dance? I said, yeah. Danced with him. And then when the band was stopped, he said, when you want to go out and get something to drink? I said, sure. Charlie didn't ask me to go out and get something.